This is the No Offense, but the podcast. I'm your host, ShakeEmJake. Looks like I'm going to be your only host for a while. As you noticed, last episode, I did not have a co-host. I did have two guests. It was a nice time. It was very informative. It was a good show all around. This week, I do not have a guest. I am doing this episode on the whim. I did reach out to a couple prospective guests, and one in particular that I had been trying to get on for a few weeks now did not respond to me. It's great. People can be busy. I understand. I'm not gonna put him out there because I don't want nobody to think that there is some bad blood shit going on. That's not the case. People get busy. People end up doing other things. These guys are on to some big shit right now. So I definitely salute them. I am with y'all 110%. Most definitely. I wish anybody I come across well, anybody with a business, anybody with a dream, I wish y'all all well. I'm not a hater. But I will not ride another person's wave, as I've said before. So, before I get started, I'm going to change some things up. I am no longer using shot of the show. Don't really care to. So, what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to, from here on out, start toasting to certain things, certain companies, businesses. But this week, I am definitely going to shout out our future mayoral candidate, Ronald Morrell Jr. This one's for you, my friend. We're going to definitely toast up to that. Mr. Morrell is becoming a staple in our community. He has revived the Boys Club, revamped it. He's doing great things. Not only that, he is also a business owner of many small businesses, property owner. He's got the Morrell scooters. He's got an event center in the old Beatniks place downtown on, I believe that's 3rd Street. So he's doing some big things right now. Major shout out to him. Been knowing him since he was real small. Always sharp dressing, dude. Always sharp dresser. My man used to wear gaiters left and right. I think he had damn near every color, to be honest. But yeah, definitely shout out to him. So yeah, that's our toast for this week. Also, we're definitely going to try to get Jay Brown from Let's Have a Drink and Talk About It. Definitely going to do that. That's definitely a thing. So we're definitely going to do that. Mr. Jay Brown from Let's Have a Drink and Talk About It. Also, my father-in-law, for those who don't know. A lot of you already know that already. But yeah, most definitely. So definitely staying away from the shout of the show. I'm not going to do bullshit of the week anymore. That's kind of done, over with. I'm done with it. Very, very done with it. So what I am going to get into, we're going to get into some hot topics of these last few weeks since I've been missing episodes and already haven't covered a lot of shit. Things have been spotty. So I'm going to go ahead and get into some of these hot topics of the week. So as you know, Ukraine and Russia are still going at it. It's getting heavy over there. Every day Russia creeps close to the capital, but there's a lot of people who haven't been seeing the shit going on in the background, such as the Ghost, the Ukrainian Fulcrum pilot, already chalked off 6 air-to-air kills. They're calling him the Ghost of Kyiv, We want to wish him Godspeed and happy hunting, because my man is out there putting in work. I believe one of his planes was shot down, but he was able to successfully evacuate, and he's already back in the skies. Haven't heard anything about him lately, but definitely want to wish him well in the fight, and keep doing what you're doing, sir. So Godspeed and happy hunting, my friend. Joshua Vigar. We talked about him a couple weeks ago. He was Oak Hill bus driver, and his son Brandon Vigar allegedly raped a girl. Well, the father, who was the bus driver that the kid allegedly raped a girl on, he was arrested for failure to report a crime and is already out on bond, as well as his son is already out on bond. I think that's bullshit. Shit like that, nah. Especially a bond that low. I know guys who've done way worse or way less and ended up with way worse bonds to where they couldn't even get out. You talking about $100,000 bonds or better. And these are things that's less despicable. Very less despicable. So I don't understand that. So yeah. I don't really get it. My dog is barking in the background. For those that can hear it. I don't know what she's barking at, growling at, whatever. But she's a good girl. Lulu girl. Lulu. What are you doing, girl? Come here. It's my pretty girl. She's coming over here. What you barking at, huh? What you barking at? But that she's my warning button. If someone's coming up or close to or of the other, she gonna let me know. So guarantee anybody coming here and ain't supposed to be in here, she gonna chew their ass up. Excuse me. Also, a couple weeks ago, we had a child that died in a home where the conditions was deplorable. The mother, Ashley Trad, happened here in Marion. The police said something of the other, that the house was despicable and it could have contributed to the child's death. Contributed to it. Lulu. Could have contributed. So we don't really know. I don't know. I've not heard much else about it. It seems like this is an ongoing thing. I don't know why. I don't know what possesses people to live that way. Honestly, I don't want to know. I just know the shit needs to stop. There was another story in Indianapolis. A lady named, I think, Melissa Flores, I think. Her 3-month-old child died from COVID. The home was filthy, disarray, dirty diapers, rotten food, open alcohol bottles left out. There was an open container of antifreeze on the floor. No food in the refrigerator. The neighbor went and got the children because the neighbor realized, and then the neighbor actually kept the kids for more than 6 hours before the mother came home looking for the kids. But all in all, the house was nasty. The mother says she left to go to a friend's house to talk because she was under stress and didn't have anyone available to watch the kids. So you leave the kids alone. You're not that bright. Child had many bucket fractures, which in toddlers show signs of being abused or shaken or forcibly handled or yanked by their limbs. The mother had complaints in 2020 and 2021 for leaving the kids at home for leisure activities, and the home had no food or electricity then, and the kids were not going to school. They determined by autopsy that the 3-month-old died from complications of COVID and had hemorrhagic lungs. That's a pretty awful death for a child. That is pretty awful. It probably painful, unbearable. You hear lungs, you automatically think breathing. That's what you think. So, yeah. A dad in Utah ordered a 4-year-old to shoot at police in Midvale, Utah. Crazy shit, right? Can't even imagine what type of shit was going through that dude's head to have your 4-year-old shoot at the police. It's absolutely fucking crazy. But, yeah. Absolutely fucking crazy. Ketanji Brown Jackson nominated for Supreme Court to replace Stephen Breyer, who is retired. She is the second African American woman to be nominated. And it is Women's Month. So definitely a part of this right here. The first African American woman nominated was Amila Kurz in 1981 and was considered in 1994, who is still currently on the second circuit of U.S. appeals court since 1979 under Jimmy Carter. So that's some great stuff going on. Yeah, and you got to think our first African American Supreme Court justice was under Lyndon B. Johnson in 1967, Thurgood Marshall. We also have a school named after him, Justice. But Clarence Thomas will become our second African American Supreme Court justice under George H.W. Bush in 1991. Thomas succeeded Thurgood Marshall. Pretty fucking awesome, if you ask me. Pretty fucking awesome. So I think that's really all of my hot topics this week. I really can't think of nothing else unless it comes to mind. My stepson is on the McCullough Junior High wrestling team. And he has been putting in work. I think he finished the season 16-8. 16-8 or 16-7. And he came in fourth place in his last invitational. And the team as a whole were runner-ups. So it's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. It's awesome to watch these kids have a passion, and it's even more awesome to watch them, let girls do their thing on the wrestling mat now, because it was kind of forbidden when we were coming up. So you really didn't. It was girls that wrestled, but you really didn't see girls that wrestled. So definitely groundbreaking to watch so many girls get into this sport. Really, it's groundbreaking to watch a lot of these girls get into any of these sports. It really is. It really is. So, two men, I forgot about this. 2 men stole a semi in Riverside, Ohio. Police chased them all the way in Indiana. I-70 pursuit. Hit them with stop sticks, flat tires. They went from Riverside, Ohio to Bern, Indiana. It's a long trip to be running in a fucking semi. They ended up surrendering with no incident, but ultimately the semi-cab caught fire and it was unsalvageable. But pretty fucking nuts. They had to have been off that shit because they stole a fucking semi and at least went like 140 miles or some shit like that in this fucking semi. But crazy brave shit. They had to have been like twacked out or something. Who knows? But yeah, as I was saying earlier, last week we had Kyron Montero of the Frequency Canvas on. And it was a pretty good episode. Him and Pat the Designer Johnson. They was both on here. It was a pretty good show. It was a little off because I didn't have my co-host, and I'm going to explain that here in a little bit. But it was a little off, but it was a good time. There was a lot of reminiscing. There was a lot of storytelling. There's a lot of aspirations in there, and I want to say I'm proud of the homie. I really am. He has a vision that is unmatched, and I hope it really works out. Being that it's based here in Marion, because a lot of us already feel like there's nothing good that comes out of Marion. But now I see people in my age group that are taking initiative to restore Marion to what it was and some. We got a problem with good old boys being in the city council and them not wanting to do shit but be on the city council. That's all they want to do. They don't want to do anything else. They just want to be on the city fucking council. So that's all good. Whatever. I mean, good old boys. They are the reason why we don't have shit here and nothing really lasts as long here. Along with the previous fucking mayor we had, Wayne the Crook Seabolt. So, yeah. But all in all, shit is starting to come full circle now. And it is great watching it. And it is great being a part of it, honestly. It is awesome. I can't look at it any other way. It's nothing but positivity coming out of this. And this is where I'm going to get into my live video that I made. I think it was either Friday or Saturday. I did a live video out of frustration because I had the last group that was on here from Frequency Canvas. A lot of people it didn't sit well with. And when I found out the reasons why, they wasn't valid to me. I'm not going to go into the reason why, but it was some hater shit. People who can't let business be business. These are the same people you see out here struggling every day with a fucking get rich scheme or something or the other. Let me make some quick money. I'm going to take my tax money and go buy a pound of weed and smoke it all and not make anything off of it type shit. Shit like that. Or I don't want to go get a real job, so I'm going to try to be a music producer, or I'm going to try to go back to school and maybe, I can get an easy sit down job after I get out of school. Sometimes it work like that. Sometimes it don't. But these are usually these people you see out here doing this hater shit. It be those kind of people. But I'm not going to get into the reasons of why my co-host kind of avoided me for that episode. That's cool. I wish I'd have got a heads up, not 30 minutes before, but yeah, he kind of avoided it and then gave me a reason the following week. And I'm not going to lie, I was shocked. Like, you can't be serious, right? You cannot be serious, right? But before I get into that, I had actually called another homie because I kind of knew I was going to get ghosted for that show. So I called another homie like, hey, I know you like being on the show. You want to be a part of the show. Come fill this seat. Well, they seen that I had been advertising for this episode, and he was like, nah, man, I don't think I can do it. So I'm like, damn, why? And the reasons he gave me kind of threw me off. I'm like, damn, okay, all right then. So I just left it at that. And then fast forward to the following week where I get to hearing these more reasons and excuses and shit. I'm just like, you can't be fucking kidding me. So that right there made me realize that I've got to go in a different direction. And not necessarily with my guests, but for the show as a whole and the direction that I really want to go in, I've got to do something else. I've got to bring other people in. Like, it's all coming clear to me. So I've reached out to a few people. I ain't really heard back, but I know they really want to be a part of this. And don't get me wrong, this I'm not looking to get paid from this. And everybody I talk to, I explain to them, this is not a paying job. This is something that you want to do on your free time. I understand if you can't do it, but don't lead me on and then back out at the last minute. Because then you're inconveniencing the show and the people that watch. You're not inconveniencing me in any type of way. Because I'm still going to get some shit out there regardless, like I'm doing now. So there's no way you can inconvenience me with bullshit. I'm kind of set up to know when people are going to be bullshit about things. That's how I'm set up. So, all in all, I did let them know this is not a paying job. We're not looking to get paid. This is something to do. This is a dream of mine because I've always wanted to do, since being little. Music has always been a thing, but I wanted to be the guy on the radio. I want to be the Tom Joyner, the big boy. I want to be Radio Raheem. I want to be Hervey Lovebug. I want to be them niggas. That's how I grew up. And then it slowly started transform Sway on Sirius XM. I know if they can get into this market, I can break into this market. And satellite ain't that hard. And then now you've got the podcast era, and you still got the satellite era. So this is merely a dream that I have turned into a hobby because I have some free time on my hands, and I wanted to see where it go. I'm going back to my previous employer in a few months. And I don't know what's going to happen with the show when I do. I'm hoping I can find somebody that can take over and do shows while I'm out of the way. And we got a guest coming in, so I need you to take over. I'm going to have to work this day. Or, come in earlier than what we got popping. We got to do this show. So I'm not looking forward to going back to my previous employer, but it's something I got to do. And I've not heard back from any sponsors, anything. I know there's a couple of opportunities that I had open, and I did kind of speak with those people. Not going to name them because nothing's set in stone, but when the time is right, they're going to be one of the most major names on this show. You can bet your bottom dollar on that. So that's what's going to happen with that. Now, to the co-host part. I am looking for another co-host. I am looking for future guests. We are still not booked out for the rest of this season. So I am still looking for guests. I'm looking for a co-host, fill-in type co-host, one that actually wants to be a part of something and do something on the side, shit like that. So I am looking for another co-host. But like I said, we're not booked. So I'm still looking for guests for the second season. I did have a guest that I could have got on this weekend, but it was a little late. So I might just have him come on for next week's episode. And it's really going to depend if I got some backup over here or not. And if I ain't got the backup, then it's probably going to be postponed a little bit. As much as I hate to say that, that's how it's going to be. Don't want it to be like that, but that's how it's going to be. Yeah. So as far as that, I definitely got to find a new co-host. I don't know what's going on with this one. I don't know if he's coming back. I ain't heard from him. I've probably heard from him maybe 2 times in the last 3 weeks, maybe. About. Actually called me either Friday or Saturday. And knew we was doing shit for my stepson's birthday this weekend, and you know how shit go. Yeah, bro. I ain't gonna get into all that either. That's another story for another time. But all in all, like I said, I talked to him either Friday or Saturday. The event was Sunday. Didn't hear from him at all. So it ain't like I'm not heard about it. I said people got shit to do. Hell, I'm always doing shit. But the thing about me is if I tell you I'm going to do something, then goddamn it, I'm going to find the time to do it. There ain't going to be no excuse. Motherfucker damn near got to be dying for me to be like, oh man, I can't make it. Even if my car go down, hey, let me try to find a ride there. Hell, it's nice out. I'll fucking walk. Shit. But that's just how it be. Little sad news. Little sad news. Scott Hall. A lot of us know him as Razor Ramon or Diamond Stud when he used to run with Diamond Dallas Page. Had hip surgery about a week ago, and something went wrong to where a blood clot shot to his heart, and he went through 3 heart attacks. And as of right now, there hadn't been any updates, but last I checked, he was on life support. And right before I started recording, Kevin Nash got on and made an emotional statement on Instagram. And overall, he just said, we're waiting on the family to get here, and then we're going to pull the plug. So, losing another great. I used to love watching Razor Ramon. He was one of my favorites, absolute favorites, until, Stone Cold and them came along. But pretty fucked up news, man. Pretty fucked up news. Seen a journalist this morning, actually a journalist for the New York Times, I believe, murdered by Russian soldiers. Fucked him up. Yeah, crazy shit. So, yeah. That shit wild. That shit's crazy. Motherfucker get murdered like that. There ain't nobody out there, Lulu. Lulu's my co-host today. Lulu is my co-host today. That's all that matters. She over here making sure the house locked tight. She about to get some shit. She about to get it. Ain't that right, girl? You about to get it. Yeah, that's my girl. Yeah. But yeah, sad shit. It's never good to hear nobody preparing to pass away. Nobody that's passed away. Anybody that's got a fucking death sentence from a doctor, that shit ain't fun to hear at all. It really ain't. It's horrible. It's real horrible. That's a horrible feeling. And the grief is just so much worse. So I don't wish that shit on nobody. I think that's why, I'm standing with the Ukrainians so hard, because a lot of their people were dying senseless, and it just don't make no sense for them to die senseless like that. It's absolutely fucking psychotic. But yeah, it's crazy. It's wild. I just I don't know. The world is a crazy place these days. And for some reason, the people in this world are getting a lot crazier. But it's a fucked up world. So I do got some big things coming up for this season. So I'm going to count this as an episode, but this is just light conversation. You probably won't be able to get a good hour out of me today like we do on our normal shows, because we normally stay above 45 minutes. So it's a little different today. It hit different today. It's all good though. But yeah, it's gonna be a great season. I expect to get about 12 to 13 episodes. I got a suggestion today that I should start doing prank calls. Start doing fucking prank calls from the computer type shit. That's what I got suggested to do. So we gonna see how that turn out. I might end up start doing that. We might leave that as a option. That's what we might do. Ugh. Tobacco in my mouth. But yeah, we gonna leave that as an option. I will be bringing back the thinking game. We did that a couple of times on the first season. Where you pretty much, I say a word and the guest says whatever comes to mind. Kind of like what Drink Champs does, but it's more personal. It's things related to them in a whole. So it's gonna be pretty dope. But yeah, that, and I thought about doing a shot for shot for the people that come on that drink. We definitely thinking about doing that. That makes sense. So yeah, it's gonna be live. It's gonna be a fucking party. I am gonna be respectful to people that do come on the show and don't partake and can't partake. We'll do the show without the extra shit in it. We'll get the video without the extra shit in it. Definitely do that. But definitely respectable. They be like, oh yeah, man, I don't smoke, but it's cool if y'all do. Then hey, we gonna do that. We gonna do the damn thing. We gonna try to make it comfortable for any aspect of any type of person, race, religion, business that comes in here. We are not going to discriminate. And we are going to be respectful of your wishes as long as it's not unreasonable. No offense, but I get pretty unreasonable sometimes. Yes, I do. It's all good, though. It's a part of being human. It's an even balance. You got an equal number of irrational and an equal number of rational people. And then you got a small margin of people that just don't know what the fuck to do. I run into that small margin a lot. But yeah, definitely looking for a co-host. If you would like to be a co-host and have watched our episodes, definitely hit me on Facebook on the No Offense Crew Facebook page, www.facebook.com/nooffensecrew. It's going to take you to our page. You'll be able to send us a direct message, or you can get with me on Facebook, Ronald Wills, aka ShakeEmJake. You can even get at us through the YouTube, however means necessary. Holla if you would like to be a part of the show. I'm not desperate, but I am seeking people that want to enjoy shit. This ain't even a job. This is an afternoon, evening conversation. Except we letting the world listen. And we not holding back. Because it's the No Offense But podcast. And that's how we riding it. Whether people like it or not. I know there's a lot of people that don't like me right now. Because of my last episode. But fuck them. It's like, you ain't got to watch. There's plenty of other people that will watch. They're not watching it because of who the person is really. It's necessarily what they have to offer and what they are doing out here. That's what it's about. I don't give a fuck about your past unless it was some really heinous shit. I don't give a fuck about your past. Everybody has a past. Nobody's perfect. And Scott Hall even quoted that to Kevin Nash. Nobody is perfect. And for those religious ones, the last person that was considered perfect carried a cross on his back. That's exactly what Scott Hall told Kevin Nash. So that's about true. Ain't nobody perfect. Everybody has a past, whether good or bad. Everybody. A lot of people just can't seem to understand that. And that's cool because we understand. We understand what type of person you are because you can't understand that. In most situations, it's like the pot calling the kettle black. It's pretty wicked. I've been hearing a lot of stupid, awkward beef shit like, yeah, I don't fuck with Buddy because he ain't acknowledge me. What the fuck? Why do you need an acknowledgement from another motherfucker who is your equal in common terms? Why would you need that motherfucker to acknowledge you? That's just people that don't like the word no. It's people that hate that word no. They absolutely fucking hate it. They will not take no for an answer. And if you make them take that no for an answer, you're the worst person in the world. I'm not gonna fuck with you because you didn't fuck with me. Like, come on, man. That's odd. That's weird shit. That's weird shit. Real weird. I never understood it. Probably won't ever understand it because I'm not weird like that. If I don't fuck with somebody, it's because they a dastardly motherfucker. And I don't fuck with dastardly ass people. Because they'll get you. So that's the only people I don't fuck with. You got to give me a legitimate reason not to fuck with you. Not because I seen you in Walmart and said what's up and you didn't say nothing back. Hell, you might have been having a day. Hell, who knows? I be doing that shit to people sometimes. Don't even know I be doing it. Motherfucker yell my name and I'm just like in a mood. So I'm like walking. I ain't hear you, boss. Like, I might apologize. Damn, bro. I was having a day, bro. I probably wasn't even paying attention to my name or type shit. I've had that happen plenty of times. Plenty of times. So, yeah. People are just weird, man. Beefing for no reason type shit. It's just awkward shit. Real fucking weird. But don't want to beef with the people they need to be beefing with. That's the crazy part. That's what makes it really weird. They could really have somebody motherfucking they really should be beefing it with, but they'll hang with them motherfuckers every motherfucking day. They can look past that shit. I don't know what that is. That's weird. I hope don't nobody do that shit with me, cause nah. I'm cool on that shit. I am very cool. Very, very cool on that shit. It's weird, awkward, corny. Real fucking corny. So I something I'll never understand, I guess. But I'm not gonna hold up too much time on this short episode. I had to put something out this week because it's a lot of people that don't follow us on Facebook. They either follow us on YouTube or Apple Podcasts. So it's a lot of them people that ain't really seen the live video. And I just kind of wanted to put what my thoughts was, what I was thinking at the time with them videos out of there. Because I was, in a way, tiptoeing with what I said. Because so I ain't about to hurt nobody's feelings. I really don't care to, but motherfucker not gonna treat me like I was born yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So I had to put that shit out there and explain some of the guests that I've been hitting up ain't been hitting me back after, you know, certain things was promised to play out. So that's another thing right there too. But yeah, it's all good though. It's gravy, baby. So I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a little editing tonight, and hopefully I can get it dropped tonight because I work all this week. Yay. Hopefully I'll be on another job instead of this one. So hopefully. The dream is one day this can become a brand and I can treat it as a job. That's the dream. But as of right now, this is just a hobby version of my dream. But yeah, so it's been good. I actually enjoyed myself being by myself, putting some content out. I hope y'all keep listening and keep hitting that subscriber button and keep hitting that like button on Facebook. Leave me some comments, something. Hell, I'm going to try to live stream at least every Wednesday. I'm going to try to some midweek shit. You'll probably end up hearing it again on the following podcast because not a lot of people will be watching the live probably, but it's definitely going down. It is going down. It's going to be a good season. Hopefully I can get these guests in here. I'm hoping I can get the guests that hit me up yesterday in here this weekend. That's the plan. I want to get him in here this weekend. Yes, it's a him. I'm not going to say who it is, but I'm trying to get him in here this weekend so we can knock some shit down. That's what it do. What it do. I will say he is an artist, musician, artist. I ain't going to say what field, but we just going to leave it for when I actually reveal at the end of the week who it's going to be. If I can get him in here this weekend. It may be the weekend after. We don't know yet. We just talked a little bit yesterday. And, you know, like I said, life happens. Some things have been happening. And I explained to him, hey, no, don't worry about it. Some shit happening on my end. But I'm going to get it figured out. So that's where we at with that. But, yeah, I'm definitely going to get out of here. Leave y'all a good 45 minutes worth of content of me just rambling on a little bit, venting to the listeners, if you may. But yeah, this is the No Offense But the podcast, and I'm your host, ShakeEmJake, and we'll probably be your only host for a while. But hey, we out of here. Peace.
Listening to the No Offense But podcast.
Fast.